Well, hello there. If you are watching this, then you're either interested on what autism is or you're my professor. Either ways, welcome to Kavama Gaming here. Why would I do that intro? Let's get started with the big question. What is autism? Autism is actually formally called Autism Spectrum Disorder, or ASD. It is not necessarily a specific disorder like schizophrenia, PTSD, or OCD. It is, as the name suggests, a range or spectrum of disorders which can create challenges in an individual's life. Now, the reason it is considered a spectrum is because most symptoms can be inconsistent between different individuals. Some individuals may show issues with social skills and communication, while others may show issues with unusual interests and have weird behaviors. The consequences of having ASD could range from an individual needing some support in life with social or for clarification issues to an individual needing a lot of support with just daily tasks. If they have the disorder, they may show a variety of symptoms. Some signs that they might have the disorder may be if they're not responding to their name by the age of 12 months, if they do not like playing pretend games, if they avoid eye contact and want to be alone, if they have delayed speech or language skills, they repeat words and phrases over and over and over again, give unrelated answers to questions, get upset at minor changes, have obsessive interest, or flap their hands and rock their body or spin in circles. These symptoms could be early warning signs that this individual will have challenges. Challenges such as having repetitive behavior, problems with social skills, having issues with speech, or issues recognizing or portraying nonverbal communication. Some social skill issues that the disorder can cause are issues such as them not responding to their name by 12 months, avoiding eye contact, they prefer to play alone, they do not share interests with others, they only interact to achieve a desired goal, has flat or inappropriate facial expressions, does not understand personal space boundaries, avoids or resists physical contact, is not comfortable by others during distress, and has trouble understanding others' feelings and talking about their own feelings. Some speech issues they can have are reverses pronouns, gives unrelated answers to questions, does not point or respond to pointing, uses few or no gestures, talks in a flat, robot-like, or sing-song voice, does not pretend to play and does not understand jokes, sarcasm, or teasing. Some repetitive behaviors can be lining up their toys and other objects, playing with toys in the same way every time, is very organized, gets upset by minor changes, has obsessive interest, has to follow certain routines, flaps hands, rocks body, or spins self in circles. Individuals with ASD doing these repetitive motions or unusual behaviors, these things are often called stemming or self-stimulation. Other symptoms that people with autism spectrum disorder may have is hyperactivity, impulsiveness, short attention span, aggression, causing self-injury, temper tantrums, unusual eating or sleeping habits, unusual mood or emotion reactions, lack of fear or more fear than expected, and unusual reactions to different stimuli. So now we ask ourselves another question. What causes autism? We know what doesn't cause it. Vaccines don't. Food doesn't. Neither does toxins. None of these cause autism. So then what is the cause of autism? Drum roll, please. Well, the answer today, we still have no definite idea of how autism is caused. All that is known is that children are born with this disorder. Usually, autism spectrum disorder will develop before the age of 3. However, environmental and non-genetic influences can worsen the disorder. That being said, autism can be treated to a certain degree. Early intervention services can be used to help a child's development process or to teach them important skills that will make a difference later on in life. Now let's look at a case of someone with autism. I have a friend whose brother was diagnosed with severe autism. So I asked him if he could please kindly give me a description of his brother. And he did. So to keep his brother and his whole family anonymous, we'll use a fake name. Now let's call the boy Tim. So Tim is 8. He's a really sweet kid and he likes to play, as most 8-year-olds do. He doesn't talk a lot, so he has difficulties telling us what he needs. He can't really talk the way we can, so he has trouble telling us what he wants. He is hyper too. So even with this brief description of Tim, by looking at his symptoms, we can come to the same diagnosis. For one, it is said that he doesn't talk a lot, right? He has difficulties telling them what he needs. Now, this can be an example of him having delayed speech or language skills. They haven't developed yet, so he's not able to communicate as most 8-year-olds can. Now, another thing we can look at is in the next sentence, we are told that he can't really talk the way we can, right? So again, alluding to the fact that he may have delayed speech, alluring to the fact that he may have delayed speech and language skills. But he also has trouble telling them what he wants. So that also would fall under having social skill issues. Like we said before, people diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder often have trouble understanding other people's feelings and talking about their own. So of course, if he has problems talking about his own feelings, he has a hard time telling them what he wants. Now the last symptom we can analyze from this brief description is that he has hyperactivity. As we know, that is another symptom of the autism spectrum disorder. So we can come to the conclusion that he does have severe autism, although he's already been diagnosed. So this is what the doctors used to diagnose him. Obviously, as we know, he was born this way, so that's how he technically developed the disorder, but wasn't really anything external. So my opinion in regards to this disorder is, when you're a parent, you gotta love your child, even if they have autism spectrum disorder. You gotta love what you are brought into this world. So, the way this disorder works, the more love you give them, the more attention you give them, the better they end up getting. So, I don't know what else to say, in my opinion. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I know it was probably a lot longer than you thought it was going to be, and it was kind of confusing in some parts, but I did my best to explain how autism works. This was for a class, and I hope I met all the requirements. But for everyone who's not my professor, yeah, thank you for watching. I wouldn't say subscribe because I don't put this kind of content up a lot, but I also have a how do mirrors work video, and that's kind of interesting. I should probably show the sources, huh? Yeah, let me go and do that. Anyways, yeah, take your time, look at the sources. I'll be here. You done? Can I end the video now? Yes. Okay. Have a nice day.